What up homies, it's Dan the Man. This is a follow-up video to last week's video where I talked about the top 10 Pokemon from Generation 1 that should get evolutions in Pokemon Sword and Shield. This video I'll be talking about Generation 2 Pokemon. Speaking of Generation 2 Pokemon, how do you like this Galarian regional variant of Crobat? Would like it to be dark and flying type. And I know this has nothing to do with the video, but I want to put it in here anyways. You know why? Because I'm Batman. Well, onto the video. Number 10. Qwilfish should get an evolution, because like a lot of other Generation 2 Pokemon, it doesn't have an evolution and it's not very powerful, so it could really use one. I think it should keep the water poison typing, just give it an overall stat boost, and I thought I'd give it this slick design. Now moving on to the next entry on this list. Number 9. I think Granbull should get an evolution because it's not very powerful. I think it could become a fairy fighting type or a fairy dark type. Neither of those types have been used as of yet. It could use an overall stat boost, make it a competitive Pokemon. Now, moving on to the next entry on this list. Number 8. Corsola. Corsola isn't a very powerful Pokemon. I think it should get an evolution, probably keep the water and rock typing, just give it an overall stat boost. I didn't really make a very good design for it, but I think it could use an evolution regardless. Now moving on to the next spot. Number 7. Girafarig. This is an evolution of Girafarig that a lot of people would like to see. This is just the name I gave it. For the longest time ever, I never even knew that it had a head on its tail. So maybe the evolution could focus on its tail. Now, without further ado, let us move on to the next spot. Number 6. Dunsparce. Now a lot of people want Dunsparce to have an evolution because it's weak. But surprisingly, it's not even the weakest of the Pokemon that I put on this list, but I think it should get an evolution regardless. Or maybe it could be a normal and dragon type. It could also be normal flying, ground dragon, or something like that, but those two types have been used a lot. Normal dragon has only been taken by Drampa so far, so I think this would be a good evolution for it. Number 5. This spot goes to Sudowoodo. An evolution of Sudowoodo that I made. I think it should be a rock fighting type. That typing right now only belongs to Terrakion, a legendary Pokemon. I think this Pokemon will be very good, and it deserves an evolution because Sudowoodo's only good stats are attack and defense, so it could get a significant boost. This would make it good in the competitive scene. Number 4. Ariados. I think Ariados should get an evolution into a creepy Black Widow / Recluse fusion. It would be a very scary Pokemon, making it a good bug and dark type. I think I would like to see this Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. How about you guys? Now, moving on to the next spot on the list. Number 3. In this spot, we have another bug type, Leedian, the weakest Pokemon on this list. I think it should get an evolution because it's so weak. You could give it a pretty cool evolution like I designed right here. Probably keep it a bug and flying type. I think this Pokemon would be pretty awesome to have on my team. Now, moving on to the number 2 spot on this list. The number 2 spot on this list goes to Lantern. Now Lantern's a really cool Pokemon with a water electric type, which is a very awesome type. I think it should get evolution to further its power and make it a better Pokemon on the competitive scene. I've drawn up this design for it, and I think it'd be pretty awesome if it got an evolution. Now moving on to the most important spot on the list. And the number 1 spot on this list goes to Skarmory. I think Skarmory should evolve into Scarravage, this savage Pokemon I came up with. Well, it could probably have a better design than I made, but I think it would be better off in the competitive if it had this evolution, although its defense is pretty great. I was wondering if any of you thought that Skarmory has always been a Gen 3 Pokemon. I used to think that because the first time I've ever seen it was in Hoenn, but I've never seen a Johto until this day that I can remember. Now that's going to be it for today's video. I'm going to make a follow-up video on this talking about Gen 3 Pokemon that could get evolutions in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now if you want, you can like and subscribe, that really helps out a lot, but you don't have to. Now, peace out, and see ya next time. Have a nice day or night. Goodbye.